Anxiety seems like it's like the number one problem amongst all of us, right? And not saying that everybody's suffering from anxiety, but some of us are suffering from anxiety, and it can be a cycle, a circle, just trying to figure out how do I get out of this loophole with my anxiety. I've been there, I've done that many, many years. I used to take medications for anxiety and all those things, and I really got tired of being in the rat race with my own thoughts, in my own brain, always worried about the future, always worried about the past. I was always worried about mistakes. I just felt like it was a non-stop whirlwind of clutter in my brain, and I just wanted a breather. I just wanted to breathe. I was like, how are people going about their everyday life? And the littlest of pressures like would throw me off. Like, I didn't want to be like that. I wanted to grow. I wanted to, but at the time I did not see that it was me fighting against myself. After suffering with the anxiety, and I hit my peak with it, I eventually started to realize I needed to make some changes, and I want to discuss those changes today, where I learned those changes from. I just want to share some tips and tricks that I've learned. One of the first techniques I learned for myself, which was really great, was learning how to dump all my thoughts into a box. So I learned this one from Bashar. Bashar speaks about being in a warehouse, and in that warehouse there's nothing, just a box, and that box can be whatever type of box you want, a big box, a clear box, a tiny box, whatever you want. You start pouring all your thoughts into that box. So school, work, children, family, pressures, bills, you just start dumping everything into this box. And once you have all your thoughts in the box, you look at the box, you observe the box, it's there, all your thoughts are in that box. So this is the opportunity for you to step away from the box. So as you regress from the box, you imagine that there is a door in this warehouse that you have created and that your box is in. And you walk towards the door while knowing your box is there with its thoughts. You leave it there. It's allowed to stay there. You don't need to bring it with you. So you step out of the warehouse, and when you step out of this warehouse, when you walk out that door, you can imagine the world that you want it to be. Maybe it's just the sun beaming on you and it feels really good. Maybe it's pretending, that you're at a lake. Use your imagination and step out to something that is extremely peaceful for you. And in that peace is where you can begin to slowly hear your consciousness, because you are not surrounded by the thoughts that are in the box. The box is in the warehouse, and leave it there. Close the door, step out to your imagination where it's peaceful, and rest there for a while, and just sit there and relax. And then through this, maybe you begin to hear your higher self. So that's what happens with lots of people. That's what meditation is, really. Just like when you outpour all the thoughts, get it all out of the way, and then it gives you that ability to be fully clear-minded at that point, and then you're able to hear your true thoughts and what may you want to do next. Or maybe you just want to blank and you just want to quiet for a while. Do that as well. So once you're outside and you've experienced this and you feel like, okay, I'm ready to come back into my reality, I'm ready to go back into the warehouse, I'm ready to take on this box again. When you take on the box, you don't have to take everything out of the box. That's the beauty of it. You just cleared your mind. So if you come back to that box in the warehouse and you realize, well, I don't want that thought anymore, and I don't want this, and I don't want that, I don't want these beliefs or these thoughts to be put back into myself, then that's when you make the decision of, I'm going to leave that thought in the box, and you leave it there. And you can take on back everything that you need to take on, and then you can continue. And you practice this. Every time you practice this, you realize you're leaving thoughts in the box that you don't need anymore and that they don't serve you. And that's how you learn to let go, because eventually you forget about it. Or when it comes up in your mind, you're like, I left it in the box and it's staying there. Like, it's in the past, or it's not something I can control right now, so it is what it is. We got to let it go. So that was very helpful. There's also the thoughts of from Sonia Chiquette. She speaks on using vehicles as the analogy. So pretty much it's you have a car that you have a car that's passing by. Like, as the car is passing by, imagine that is your thought. But once the car is passed by and it's out of your peripheral, it's exactly there. Out of your peripheral, it is no longer. It's gone. Like, let the thought go. Let the vehicle pass by. It's exactly that. Just a vehicle passing by. You don't need to take it personal that this vehicle passed by. It's just a thought passing by. Don't take it personal. Sometimes our brain is just 24/7 going. It's our jobs to get it back to be still, to be where we are at now, to be in our present position, to be in our present place. How are you going to progress if you're continuously worried about the future? The cars that are consistently passing, they are always going to pass. That's what your brain does. So slowly work back and train your mind that it's okay to let thoughts go. You could be thinking about losing your job next month, but are you there? Like, is that happening right now? It's not happening right now. So leave it at where it's at, and whatever happens, happens. What's most important is that you are being the best self that you can be. Every time you focus on, I want to be a better person, you're going to make the steps and actions and decisions and choices it takes to be that better person, because it matters to you. And when you do that, other people recognize it and they do it as well. And it's a beautiful chain that continues. Not that we have to change others. It's not our job. You change yourself and it helps others grow. And that's just the beautiful part of experiencing humanity with everybody, right? And we're seeing a lot of people change. We're seeing a lot of people conquer their anxieties. We're seeing a lot of people figuring out, how do I get better? Because this is not all that there is. Because it isn't all that there is. And I say that all the time. Lots of people do. So it's important that you feel good and that you work on these certain habits that you know are affecting you. You are not your emotions. I explained this the other day. Emotions are like waves, right? When you're in the beach and a wave is hitting you, are you pushing this wave away? You can't push the wave away. It's coming at you, right? So you do what you do best. You just let it flow through you, right? Some of us might turn our back because we're like, yeah, let the wave hit our back, right? But the wave is still coming. It's still flowing and it's still doing its job. That is the same as an emotion. An emotion comes through you, but you don't have to hold on to the wave. You can't stop the emotion. You can't hold on. Like, you don't have to. Let it flow through you. The emotion went through you and it's gone. And that's the process. Do that every single time. If you're angry, understand I'm not anger. It's just an emotion, and the emotion is passing through me. And accept that, and that's okay. And then each time you'll get a better and better reaction, because you know this anger is not going to stay on for forever. I can let it pass. I used to be somebody that if I was angry, I would be angry for days on end, like a total drama queen. And now it's like, if I get bothered, I get upset, or I get mad, it's like, give me a minute, give me any, like a few seconds. And I'm kind of like, I can have that initial maybe reaction and be like, it's okay, it's cool. Like, let's just solve it, or let's just clear our minds and think about it. You know, like, there's ways to work around it besides letting the emotion completely take over. And then it's not showing your best self because you're letting the emotion take over. You are not the emotion. The emotion is just a regular human response. And then we're programmed with these responses through movies, through music, through all these things. So we have to backtrack. So it's like a brainwash that's done on how to handle emotions, and then we're backtracking and like, wait, we don't have to handle emotions like that. And it's come on for generations. This is, as many of us know, these are generational things that are also taught within the family. You don't need to control every single situation around you. It's not yours to control. You don't need to control the people around you. They're not yours to control. Worry about you, focus on you, and that's how you heal. That's how it works. Other people learn from you that way, but don't try to control circumstances. You can only do so much. And if you try to control things, it's not really going to go your way anyways. So it's going to get you upset. So just take a million steps back, slow down, be in your present time, and handle what you can handle now with yourself. You can't control the people around you. That's just going to create more anxiety. And don't forget to take breathers. Breathe that anxiety out. You don't need to hold all that energy in. Release the tension. Don't keep it in your body. You don't need to keep it in your body. You're allowed to let it go. So let go of the tension. Let go of the anxiety. Give yourself a moment. It's okay. Everything's okay. You'll get better and better at handling your anxiety, but it takes you putting that foot forward to make that happen. It's very important to tune into yourself and slow down so you can be in your present moment, so you can experience it. Let the emotions pass through. Let the vehicles, the thoughts pass by. Let yourself walk into the warehouse and dump all the thoughts, and realize that a lot of those thoughts aren't needed. They're not helping you. They're holding you back from jumping over fears, from jumping over anxieties. Sending so much love to everybody. Keep doing everything you got to do to get to where you got to go. You are not your emotion, baby. Let that wave pass by and continue to do what's best for you and make the best choices you can make for yourself. step by step, moment in the moment, not in the future, not in the past. You're here now, and being here now is the best experience you can possibly be in. So much love to everybody. Keep doing everything you got to do to get to where you got to go, because you are the only one that can save yourself. Sending much love. Peace.